More than one person on it at the same time, those people will not collide and they will never walk off the floor. The floor centers the people on it, does whatever it needs to do to allow the person to walk comfortably and to be able to So my name is Lanny Smoot, and this is the Holo Tile Floor. It is the world's first omnidirectional, multi-person. Hello, test one. Okay, we're there. Startup problem. My name is Lanny Smoot, and this is the Holo Tile Floor. It is the world's first multi-user, omnidirectional floor which can support any number of people being on that same floor, walking infinitely in any direction, and being able to be in virtual reality. And what we have then is a sort of a holodeck, if you will. It is a place where people can walk in imaginary places, walk to help us to design new attractions, and also it can move anything on its surface. For instance, we have a few blocks here, and at some point maybe we'll have someone move one of those with just some prestidigitation. I'm going to move out of the way. This is Jack Weatherall. I'm going to do a little bit more of a demonstration, or I'm going to do it. We'll see. And because I am so powerful, I'm going to ask those folks right here to move back just a little bit. I'm going to point at that box, and hopefully we can move it. Let's see how that works out. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Woo. Now there's no one behind me twiddling knobs or doing something like that. The floor is sensing me and is able to respond so that I can move objects on it. And if we want to, we can even move people on it. And that's Jack again. He's going to be doing a lot of hard work here. And we're going to move a floor. There's nothing, no motors in that floor. There are just a jack on that seat. And, oh, in this case, he's going to use a controller and he's going to control himself and move around on the floor. The floor can move anything on its surface and move it in any direction. And as soon as he's ready, he'll do that. This floor is made of 19 separate tiles. One of them is sitting here. And to make a bigger floor, people always ask, can you make it larger? Yes, we can, because we can push more tiles together. Each tile can move anything on its surface in any direction. The entire floor then becomes a multiple of that and can have any number of things moving. So Jack, Let's see. Oh, he's giving me the chance to. I hope he trusts me. Let's see. I'm gonna point to him and let's see whether we're gonna do it. Oh, a little too much there, eh? Okay, we'll do it a little slower. Okay, we're gonna take it easy because Jack is my friend and I don't want to hurt him. Okay, so if I move my hand inwards, he comes towards me. If I move my hand backwards, left, right. I'm gonna see if I can take him for a ride around the entire floor without coming off the floor. Okay. So you can imagine we can do all kinds of things with the floor that can do this sort of thing. Now I'm gonna stop moving him myself. Jack, you wanna stay there? Okay. And Jack's now gonna use his own control and he gets one more dimension. He can also rotate himself. Now again, that chair is completely passive. It's flat bottom. It's only a wooden board on the bottom. There are no wheels here. There are no other mechanisms here. The floor is doing what it needs to do to move him around. So again, we have a floor that can support any number of people. We have some video of that here now. We don't have that set up, but 2 people can be on a floor even of this size, and they can move in any direction. They'll never collide because the floor will keep them separated. They will never walk off the floor because the floor will sense that they're going off the floor and pull them back on. So that is the hollow tile floor. Thank you. That's a little, we have one out here. Let's move something on its surface.
Just judging by what I.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
welcome to Imagineering Behind the Dreams. We're over here on the center stage getting ready for our next incredible Imagineering presentation on the BDX Droids. So everyone gather around, it's gonna be a great time. When these little guys made their debut last year, they became the talk of the town, or in this case, Matu. Created by Disney Research and Imagineering's research and development team, BDX Droids are free-roaming bipedal robots that exude big personalities despite their small stature. Imagineers are constantly pushing, the envelope of technology, leading to brilliant inventions, these droids. Moritz is the Associate Lab Director of Disney's Zurich-based robotics team, where he leads a strategic program focusing on the development of novel, model, and learning-based tools for the design and control of believable robotic characters. His core expertise is the optimal design and control of both soft and rigid systems, using a combination of differentiable simulation and reinforcement learning. Tell us about these little guys.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. We have here two BDX droids on stage, and we recently play tested them Star Wars Galaxy's Edge here at Disneyland, right next door, for Season of the Force. So we brought them to the park for 8 weeks, and the guests absolutely loved these droids. And you know, if you create something that our guests love, that's most rewarding to us in the end. All right, so here we have Oscar. Oscar loves to interact with guests. He's playful, but he easily gets distracted. So here on my right we have Bash. He's a little bit shy, and he usually needs some time to warm up. So Oscar, see, I told you, he easily gets distracted. Oscar, could you help me to get Bash out of his comfort zone? Alright. I think they're both are having fun and warmed up. Alright, so how about we look at what's inside of the two of you for some time? So, the person that you see on screen is Espen, and next to him you see an early version of our BDX droid. So Espen worked on mechanical design, and he's also our tallest team member. So the robotics dude is next to him. And so the droids have a total of 14 actuators in them. So we have 4 actuators in the neck and the head, so that the droids can look at objects and interact with guests in a meaningful way. We also have 5 actuators per leg, and so that's actually 1 actuator less, or actuated degree of freedom less, than we have as humans in our legs. So the droid will have a hard time to balance on one foot for an extended amount of time. But in the end, the droid has all the actuators that the droid needs. So we also have the brains and power on board. So we have real-time computers, and all the processing happens on these droids. We also have the battery on board. That's a rechargeable, removable battery that gives its power. So what's actually also important is that we have show functions. So these droids have 2 antennas, actuated antennas, and they can actually wave to you. See that here? We have LED arrays, so they can animate your eyes. We have headlamps, so that they can scan objects and can scan our guests. Here we go. We also have a set of 4 speakers. 2 speakers in the pelvis and 2 speakers in the head. We can use these speakers to not only play sound clips, these droids also generate sound based on the actuator velocities. And so show functions are incredibly important to breathe life into these characters and make characters out of this mechanical system. right? All right, so let's talk about how we can get them to move in a stylized way. For that, I'd like to invite Jared, my colleague Jared, on the stage. So Jared was the animator on our team, and he was responsible for breathing life into these little characters. Right, so our goal was to control these characters similar to how we control game characters. So two joystick control. You see that here visualized. But game characters, they don't have to obey the laws of physics. If you would just run an animation directly on a droid, it would fall over immediately. So what's pretty unique about these droids, and amazing in the end, is how we get them to walk. So they learn to walk in simulation, similarly to how the humans learn. That's actually visualized in the video in the background. So they learn to imitate the artist's provided motion, but also learning to balance at the same time. So that's how they learn to walk. What's amazing is that we can do that on a single desktop computer. So we run thousands of simulations at the same time. And in a few hours you can learn what amounts to years of training in the real world. So this is a really scalable technology. So that's how they learn to walk. But walking is not the only important skill for a droid. It's also important that you can express emotions. And to tell us more about that, I'll hand it over to Jerry.
Sure. Well, we made a whole bunch of really expressive clips in 3D software the same way you would make a movie or video game. And then we trained simulated versions of these robots to follow along with those motions and still stay balanced. And now, we can call up any one of these animations just by pressing a button on the controller. They can show it. Guys, how do you feel about an oil bath? Okay, so Oscar loves oil baths. Besh, you stink, you need one too.
Jared, they also recently learned to jump, right?
Yeah, they did. Guys, we're going to show the jump. Okay. You're going to do the jump. Let's get warmed up together. You jump when you're ready, okay? Good job, guys.
Thanks so much for joining us today. We'd be happy to take any questions if you have questions.
Thank you guys so much. These guys are so incredible. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to come back all weekend long for presentations that take you behind the scenes on the work that Imagineering does every single day. And you're on next to the archives.